right, Commissioner, I'm ready whenever you are.
Sorry. All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for your attendance. We'll go ahead and get started. We'll start out with Carson's going to give us an opening prayer, and Commissioner Blake's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, we're thankful for the opportunity to be here and to attend to the matters of our county, and ask thee that thou would bless each person here and the commissioners with inspiration to know how to direct things in a way that is beneficial to the county. And grateful for this nation and for the rights and privileges we enjoy here, and we say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Stand and repeat after me. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll move into the agenda. We'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting dated April 13th.
Move for approval of the minutes from April 13th, 2026.
Second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Move on to claims for credit. Entertain a motion to approve the claims for credits from April 13th, 2026, April 26th, 2026.
We'll move for approval of the claims for payment from April 13th, 2026 to April 26th, 2026.
Second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unwashed masses.
Thank you. And we will notice that Commissioner Cousins is away today at a different meeting and will not be attending our meeting. Let's go on into reports. I don't see Luke here yet. Lori, you want to jump up since you're here and you're ready to go? So Justice Court. We'll move to Justice Court.
I'll get an extra for you.
Hey, thank you.
Good job on here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I'm actually giving this a few weeks early because I have a daughter graduating from law school, so I won't be here
Where at?
on my normal date. Loyola New Orleans School of Law.
That's
So-
exciting.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll be picking her up and bringing her back. They'll be residing in St. George. So
That's exciting.
exciting times.
Good for you.
Thank you. So I'll just start with the budget. We're right there. We're under budget to just a little bit. I've already talked to Luke a little bit. We're trying to keep a balance with just a little bit of paid overtime for one of our senior lead clerk. You know, we've been operating down a person, and our levels are starting to pick up. So the other thing that we're doing is in May, on the 8th, we're going to post for the position that we've been holding. You know, so it'll be a backfill, and we should have someone on board by mid-June, and hopefully it'll be a good candidate. So crossing our fingers there. Move right into the reports. And just that comparison, I'm comparing the first quarter of 25 to 26. DUIs up significantly, I believe. 22 and 25, and then 26, they were at 55. citations, the moving violations overall up a little bit, 312. Assaults were up. DV, though, just one. They're pretty even. Possession charges up 10. I've included small claims there for you. And at the very bottom, I just always like to show you where we're at. In 2026, we've collected 626,000 plus in revenue. That's 35,000, almost 36,000 more than the year before. The amount that gets dispersed to the state, is 265,000. That's 14,000 more than the year before for the same time period, and we've retained almost 22,000 more than 2025. The only other thing I've got there for you is the citation comparisons year to year. And that's really just for your information. So that's it. Pretty quick. Does anyone have any questions?
It's super straightforward,
I know.
non-dramatic.
Can I tell you, it's been beautiful.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Boring is good.
Yeah, stay the course. Just everything's just steady. Everybody's working hard, and it is interesting that the levels of work are picking up again. Yeah.
That's good, I guess.
What drives it? I'm
Yeah.
asking both of you, what's driving that?
No idea. I think the warm weather has something to do with it. I think there's more people out and about. I don't know. It just ebbs and flows. I don't know that you can actually
I think
quantify
it's
it.
a way of working and a way of doing business. We're getting back to more people coming into the lobby, more people, submitting not guilty pleas, having to set more hearings. Sam could probably attest because we've got Mike doing the contract work for Justice Court, and it's busy. It's busy. The county's the filings for the county and everything that he's having to prepare. I think it's quite busy. So it's the piece that's going on in the office. Anyway, yeah.
Thank you.
We've had more jury trials, than we've had in years past. So things are going the distance a little bit more. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Thank you.
Interesting, yeah. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll move on to IT department.
Lori set the bar high, so now I have to go really fast to make it even less drama, right? so here we go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes or less. Are you ready? So everything in IT is doing really well as far as budget goes, and that we're kind of right on line. Which Josh was doing a good job right before the new year started. He was looking at computers to purchase a few that we had monies for, and noticed the trend that they were starting to go up, and so. At the beginning of the year, he made another purchase there, so we were like, it was perfect. Like what he did was great because we've noticed the computers themselves have gone up by 50%, and we got a good stockpile, so we got them before prices went up. So we're like, oh, that's great. Now
Nice.
we can kind of move forward with the budget a little bit better and not have to try to compensate for that increase, which it may hit us later on, but we'll deal with that, I guess, as it comes. As far as the other part too, we got new employees. Bailey, she's our new GIS person. If you haven't met her yet, she's phenomenal. She's really, really good. So she's a great asset, and we're really glad to have her on. She's already made her presence welcome, and in fact, I'll talk a little bit about something that she was kind of the whole brains behind here in just a second. And then our other one, we lost Gabe to the sheriff's office. He decided to go that direction, and so we picked up Boston, and he started just last week. So 2 weeks ago. He's had 2 full weeks now. This will be his third. But excited to have him. He's still learning the ropes, and he'll come along just fine, though. He's got a good knowledge behind it, so we're excited there. As far as the stuff is, so Bailey, when she created this new, it's a it's a GIS layers where you can turn on and off. And I think you may have seen Brett use it already, to where it's really functional and everything's right at his fingertips. And so
That's nice.
we found the only real lag is, and there's not much we can do about it, is when he turns labels on and off. That can really slow down that upload process. And we're kind of working on that to see if we can't get that better. But as long as you leave them off and you turn them on, it works great. And then you turn them on when you need them and flip them right back off, and they're good. But that was Bailey's big project. She threw all that together and got that working, and she'll continue to fine tooth that. That'll be, I mean, she'll go through that constantly probably to keep it up to speed. And so we strongly encourage everybody, you know, if anybody's interested in it, we're going to try to push it out and let everybody know about it so they can actually utilize that and see if it works for their departments. If it doesn't, no big deal. But I know Brett will find a huge use in it, and Terry probably will. So there's a few others that can as well.
I think
Yep.
it'd be good too if we could maybe even organize a little bit of training on it.
Yeah. We talked about that, and then also possibly beefing up your machine here so you could use it for these meetings too.
Yeah, and this machine is tied to so many things.
It's not going to work on that one.
No, it's fine. It's just it'll take some doing.
Yep.
But I think it's tremendous. I mean, I love the power of it, and I don't think we can even appreciate just how big of a deal that is, from, you know, Carrie's world to my world to Brett's world, and even what, you know, the trail. I mean, there's just so many amazing things that we have that if you know where to look for them, it's great. But to be able to make it so folks can get at them better is going to be tremendous.
And that's something that both her and Kendall love to do too, is to train people on it.
Yeah.
Because they get that in there and they get real excited about it, and they're like, yeah, let's use it. Let's use the heck out of it.
I wondered too, maybe we could slap together a little video that we could even post a link of how to use this next to the link of where the map is.
Oh.
Anyway, I think it's great.
They're probably both listening, so they might they might have taken a note on that one already.
Sorry, guys, I just gave you more work to do.
Yeah. So the other big thing we did GIS-wise was we converted, it's mostly dispatch 911 stuff. We went from what is called the desktop to a pro version. It should speed everything up, should make everything a lot better. We're kind of noticing that, but we're noticing that there's a few little conflicts with some addressing that we're going through and just tidying it up right now. But we'll continue to work on that. That was a big project to make that transition and push. So in the IT world, I think a lot have seen it. We've put in a new enhanced email security system. So you'll get new quarantines, new all that, and it's done an exceptional job, probably better than what we anticipated. We're looking at the back end stuff. It's doing a really, really good job on quarantining anything that it looks fishy. So we're really pleased with that. And then we've also done a new ticketing system and an MDM management system, so as well, that we just implemented this year. So we're still trying to get our fingers wrapped around exactly the best way to push it all out for everybody and to manage that. But we got most of it there. So that's really about all. So unless you guys have questions for me.
I really don't.
No.
Thank you. You guys are always super responsive and no drama.
Yeah, do a great job at it. So thank you
Love
for
the
your
no
help
drama.
and patience as we struggle to live in your world.
Oh, it's fun. You know, we're nerdy for a reason, right? Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to recorder's office. Carrie.
Okay, well, mine will be really fast. I will definitely be the fastest, I promise that. So I'm just going to tell you for our 2025, because I haven't reported yet this year. So for 2025, we had 14,922 documents, which is about 800 more than the year before. We had 61 subdivision plats, and my total revenue was $595,105, which is about 31,000 more than the year before. We had 1,704 new accounts, and 257 of those were state assessed. So the state came to me and Karsten probably September-ish, and they wanted the county to pick up any patented mining claims that were not part of an active mine, which patented mining claims are a lot because they're The descriptions are hard, they overlap each other, and they have lots of owners with lots of interest. So it was a little bit of a project, but we got that all done. So hopefully that will help the state with that. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention was this year in legislation, they increased my recording fee. So on May 6th, the fee will increase by $5. So a document will be $45 and a plat will be $55 a page. So, and that's it. Unless you guys have any questions or if you need anything from me.
Not that I'm aware of. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you, Carrie. Okay, Karsten, I need to apologize. I, for some reason, looked at that and thought Luke when it says assessor, not auditor. So that's my bad. You're anxiously awaiting your turn. So
The main emphasis is the state of Utah just wanted me to remind you that you guys need to complete your BOE training this year. In legislation, they passed a law that said you needed to take the Board of Equalization training. I think there's some additional live ones, but she had mentioned, Tammy, the trainer, had mentioned that there's online classes too.
They said that online was available after July or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She didn't
That's
really
when
say. I think
when
right
called
now
Luke,
it's
'cause,
just live,
like, do we really have to sit through the 2-day?
2-day class.
And Luke said there's going to be online available after July 1st.
It's informative, and I think it's
Sweet.
helpful to understand the process. I know you guys aren't in our county as involved in it, but it is somewhat helpful in just understanding the process. But yeah, that's your reminder, I guess. So
is that the training that was going to be available here? Is that the
yeah,
same
they did
one?
it last week here live.
Uh,
It was 2 days, but
Okay.
and I think they've got a couple other locations around the state still. But
And I think Karsten is being kind. Tammy really bent my ear that y'all weren't there.
We were absent.
I called Luke, and Luke said
She was-
there will be an online version.
Yeah.
I said, I can't. It's really hard to
Take
block out 2 days. So I've opted for the online version when it becomes available. I've not
All right.
forgotten.
I thought I would relay the hard time that I was given.
Sharing the guilt.
Yes.
very
It's fine.
She was more than mildly disappointed. The tax roll deadline is coming up in May. Last year, I think only maybe 5 counties actually rolled on time. We were one of them, and thanks to the effort of Trevor and Exilda, Braden, John, and Latanya, we'll be able to roll on time again this year. So, and then I think our budget, we're just at 23% of our budget, so we're under budget for the year, and we're doing good. So, if you have any questions, I'll take them. If not, we're good.
Just one concerning the issue with, I'm losing the name that's related with us, Beaver and Millard counties with an appeal on their,
Oh, the hog farms.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've postponed that right now. So it's been postponed. We don't have a date yet on our new hearing.
Okay. But you're working with their assessors also and
Yeah, we had our
with them and
the auditors and the assessors had a initial meeting, but we're going to actually physically go meet with the other assessors and the appraiser to
okay.
work that through. So yeah, Beaver, I think, initially lowered their value on all their hog farms by quite a substantial amount. I can't remember what he said, but it was 50 million or something. So
Are those centrally assessed?
no, they are just big commercial.
Okay. I just wondered where it was multi-county if they did that.
So, well, we just all have them in our counties, and so we're all trying to band together to just get it done. So I'll keep you posted, though.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Karsten.
Let's see. Who's next? Treasurer. Yep, Nicole.
I do.
You're fine.
So, yes, I'm going to be a little bit like Carrie too, because we didn't get a report in January. So you're going to get a nice summary of last year. So the first paper that I gave you is our product sales, and that just shows the total of everything that we collected last year, which was 79 million. So, so we did pretty dang good last year. I think that's the highest we've had. The second one is just the total of our distribution that went only to the county, not to the cities or school. So to the county, we had the 16 million. And I did a pool cash for the end of the year, and then I did one also for April, so you could kind of see where we are as far as our fund balances and our bank balances. So I'm also supposed to report to you at this time of the year. I'm supposed to give you all the delinquent accounts, but there's like 300 pages. I don't think you want me to give.
Let's not
each of you
print that out.
So
We'd
but
like
it's
you to read those
online.
line by line.
Yeah,
It's-
yes, line
yeah,
by line, I want you
please.
to go through those, but, so it is online, and we do try to go and update it every few months so that it's accurate, but I did not feel that you wanted 300 pages each, so. So our PTAF, the interest rate has come down a little bit. It's at 3.85, and last time I reported it was at 4.38. Our Morton is still holding up, it's like at 4.67. They invested out longer, and so they were able to invest some of that money when the rates were much higher. So we're still getting a nice yield from that. In 2025, just in our county PTIF, we earned $2,633,000 in interest. So that's super, super helpful. And then with our Morton, we earned $897,000 in interest. So, okay. And I told you about our delinquents. Outstanding is really hard to determine right now because we have personal property that's been pushed in with us. So at the end of the year, it was about $4 million, but it is down from that amount. And then we have our tax sale coming up next month on the 28th. We started with 134 properties, and we're down to 76. We still have one house and one condo in Bryan Head, so we're trying really hard to get something figured out with those. And we only have 3 remaining that have value over $25,000 and no commercial. In the beginning, we had like 3 commercial properties, and so those have all been cleared up. So we're super glad about that. I'm doing really good on my budget. Of course, I wait and spend all my money at the end of the year. So we're doing really good. My people are working really hard. As you can tell from, the amount that we collect through the year with 3 of us in our office, I think that's pretty dang good. And they work hard, and they're good and pleasant with the public, and super grateful to have good people. Any
Awesome.
questions for me?
No questions, but I need you to stay at the podium for a moment.
Oh, Lord. What have I done now?
A lot.
We'll let the floggings begin.
So Nicole has been employed with Iron County for 25 years.
Woo!
She's done 25 years of service with Iron County. I would like to present you with this and your 25-year pin.
fantastic.
And,
Thank you.
and Nicole keeps our boat afloat.
The boat, oh, do we get like an official?
Here, I either need to come
Yeah,
stand there or.
Yeah, no. Get,
Oh, I love it.
I look like a little kid in the background just trying to photobomb the whole scene.
No, you
That's
guys are
not a
so
good look.
nice.
Congratulations.
That just tells how old I am.
thank you. You're the
You guys
best.
are so awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you've got something else back here.
I might leave it on this stuff.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
Or, wait, there's more.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
There's this.
Yeah, no, I forgot to grab that. That's my bad.
Well, that's fancy dancy.
It's a major award.
That is. Okay, now we can move on to commission reports. Go ahead.
Sure. I met with the Southern Utah Economic Alliance committee that I'm a member of. That was a couple of weeks ago. That's a regional economic development committee that we work regionally in the 5-county area to provide information, recruitment, type of things like that. The chair of that committee is Liddell Lobb. He's going to be here after.
That was the other, that's, okay, so John's is a separate, then John has another meeting for us, but Liddell also.
Oh, no, that's the same thing.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Mike is the one that.
Yeah, I asked John to send out the.
Okay.
Sorry.
I wasn't.
This morning I left that detail.
I wasn't in a spot
As
to
soon as
send
you said
out.
Liddell, it's like, yeah, that's the one we have, but.
No, I wasn't in a spot
Yes.
to send the calendar invite, so I called John and asked him if he would do that. But he's going to meet with
I
us.
probably did for Friday. I don't know if you noticed that, and then I fixed it.
Oh, I didn't even know. Anyway, so we have an after meeting. That's not a public meeting. I met with James Levitt, who is our regional representative for Congresswoman Malloy's office. He's new in that position and is going to just try and be available. I had never met James in person. It was just kind of a meet and greet real quick, and then he'll be more involved. We had the Republican convention last Friday, where delegates pick candidates to move forward. I came out on top in the commissioner race there, and Sheriff Carpenter came out on top in the sheriff's race. In his race, he had enough percentage to not. The sheriff will not have a primary, but there may be a contender in the general election, and I'll move forward to a primary election. Jail construction. It's amazing to see how much they get done in a short amount of time. That's a weekly meeting that we have. We got some good news as far as the budget goes with that project. We're on schedule and doing really well there. Went on a site visit to Green River Energy Center over in Emery County. This is a battery storage facility on a solar project. The reason they invited us over there is we have a similar project that's been permitted for quite some time here in Iron County in the Appaloosa 2 project. This allows that energy to be stored and discharged at appropriate times rather than just continually feeding into the grid. That was very informative. I was able to attend that. Terry, our building inspector, our building official, Nate Dennett, our building inspector, the sheriff was with us, Ken Carpenter, and Commissioner-elect Bettridge was with us. We met with those folks, and it was very informative. We had a chance to visit a site visit with Novacast on Friday. Novacast is a local company that has some new technology as far as building homes. They've got basically concrete panels they can set up into the exterior of a home, and all of the conduit, everything is run through the concrete, so it's all just kind of plug and play. So at the end of the day, you can configure the interior of the home, but from basically breaking ground to occupancy is about 30 days. If all the stars align, they said we could actually do it much quicker than that if we really tried. But it was kind of cool, very fire resistant. The only part that's vulnerable on the building would be the windows. Hurricane resistant.
Are they super well insulated?
Very well insulated. They're a foam core concrete panel.
So really our value.
I think the wall values are like R20. The roof was more. I don't remember what the roof was, but the roof is strong enough. So you basically have this house with a flat roof. It's actually domed slightly for runoff, but you could move 2 feet of dirt on and plant grass on the roof, which would even increase that value. They had it set up into an outdoor kitchen. Basically you could move your backyard onto your roof. It would be very suitable for small spaces, that type of thing. We had a good showing.
So if I wanted a hobbit house,
if you wanted a hobbit house,
I could do one of those.
Do that.
absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
But no, we had good. Sam and I went together. Nate Dennett was able to attend. Mike Phillips from the fire department. Royce Barton from Paraguna Fire. Roger Thomas from the Planning Commission was able to attend. There were a lot of folks there. Insurance folks, realtors, developers. It was a really good event. They cooked us a steak over the fire. It was nice, and but no, it's pretty. It's really impressive technology. I think we're going to see some of those. We're going to see a lot of those pop up around in different developments around here, and it really is pretty cool. That's it.
Thank you. So I was able to go to a ribbon cutting for the opening of the extension or the addition on the Diamond Z Arena. I don't recall the square footage that added, but about 25% extra onto the Diamond Z Arena. It includes a warm-up arena, a banquet hall where they'll be able to hold meetings. I saw an ad that they just ran on social media inviting people to come rent that space and utilize that space. And then some wash bays for the junior livestock show and for horses that'll be utilizing that arena. So that was a great event, and you see the good in our community, I guess is a good way to say that. You see a lot of people that have donated and worked and put forth the effort to add to our community. Mike mentioned the jail meeting. That's a continual ongoing, but things are progressing well there and moving along, and it's fun to see and exciting to see the advancements that they're making there. There were several drought meetings that took place over the last 2 weeks. There was one at the Heritage Center put on by the Department of Agriculture, and then there was another one that was put on by the Department of Natural Resources. That was a Zoom call. Everybody's aware of the water situation that we're in and the necessity that we have to the dire situation we're in with the need of water. So those were good to attend and just kind of see what their updates were on that. looking forward, looking like it's going to be El Nino season, so that's starting to build more and more, and starting to see a whole lot more reporting on that, so that's exciting. Was able to go to the county convention and then also to the state convention, and participate in that. And it's a good opportunity to go and listen and vote and participate in that process. And it was a whole lot less painful than it was 2 years ago at the Salt Palace. So it was pretty good. But at the same time, you kind of see the disadvantage that we're at as far as voting power in the state, where 84% of the voting population lives in 4 counties in the state of Utah, and the outlier smaller counties are 16%. So still got to make our voices heard, so it's a good opportunity. And that was about it. So can we what's that?
Reconvene at 10.
Can we reconvene earlier, or is it just, since it's published at 10 o'clock, we will wait till 10 o'clock probably?
So, just for a historical reference, the way these were set up 40 years ago was there was a 9 o'clock meeting, a 10 o'clock meeting, a 2 o'clock meeting, and it was an all day thing. So it's not like it was, but we do have the set time at 10 for when we have public hearings and things. So
It's a published time, so we'll stick to that time.
Yeah.
So we'll reconvene at 10 o'clock.
yeah, they used to really partition it out.
Thank goodness that somebody saw past
All right, Commissioner.
All right, thank you. We'll go ahead and get started up again. Thank you all for attending. We're going to skip to agenda item number 2 real quick and accommodate John for another commitment. Number 2 and 5. Okay, yep.
Good morning, John Oglesby with the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University. Commissioner Robinson, Commissioner Blake, it is a pleasure to be here this morning and to see you. Wanted to give a preview just as we look forward to this year's 2026 Utah Summer Games calendar. We're already underway in the games and have various events that have already taken place, but just wanted to first and foremost just thank the county as well as Visit Cedar City. Brian head that arm of the county for their continued support of the games. Talk a little bit about what we've got going on, and then as well as answer any questions you have on this year's Utah Summer Games. I did share a presentation, John, with you. I'm not sure if you got that at all. If not, that's okay. Yep. The folks in the audience can then see dates that they need to save on their calendars to make sure to attend. So that'll be good. While we're doing that, do want to say thanks to John just for all of his support he does in helping us as well. But before we get going, I do just want to say sincerely how grateful I am on behalf of our entire department and the university for the support we received from the county, from Maria with Visit Cedar City Brian Head. I've said before, and I'll say again, the work that Maria does leading our DMO is as good as it gets in our state. Very, very supportive, but also very direct in asking questions that directly relate to our ability to be a positive driver for economic impact in the county. I appreciate that. It always forces me to be a tremendous steward of the resources that we have. Her questions are always on point, and the feedback we get from the boards, the TRT board, the TRCCA board, helps us to really stay in touch with the needs that we have here in Iron County from a restaurant portion, a hospitality and tourism portion. So anyways, just I would be remiss if I didn't say thanks again for that, and thanks for all the support we get from the county. Pushing into just a quick recap of where we finished out last year. We finished with 10,470 athletes, 17 different states sent athletes to compete in the Utah Summer Games. We actually had a foreign country as well that was represented, and we had 27 to 29 counties from the state of Utah that sent participants here to Cedar City and Iron County to participate in the games. And so when you look at the scope of what we're bringing, between a $17 and $20 million impact coming from information that Maria has provided. It's a sizable part of our county and our revenues on a yearly basis, and we're excited to hopefully see that grow this year. Utah Summer Games received a couple national awards last year. We received the Best Digital Media Award from the National Congress of State Games, which is a direct result of investment we've received from Iron County as well as the Utah State Office of Tourism to really promote our marketing assets. And to me, that just means that we're fortunate to receive some accolades for what we're doing on a daily and weekly basis to try to promote our county as a destination. And so very, very excited about that. As we go forward through stuff, and does this work here on this keyboard? Just kind of keep going on it. Awesome, John.
I'll do it.
Okay, you're awesome. No, thank you, John. Moving into this year and kind of what we're looking at, again, here's a recap of a few different things. I do want to talk about, we have some highlights from last year, but Special Olympics Utah last year, we had over 500 athletes plus families, spectators, whole deal that competed in the inaugural Special Olympics Utah Summer Games at SUU. That number is going to grow by at least 20 to 30% this year of just athletes alone. We're already making plans to have over 600 athletes alone just in university housing, let alone staff, athletes, et cetera, that have to stay in hotel lodging as well. And so that's become a real valuable partnership for us that we've gotten into. Provides an amazing experience for those people around the state who are able to come, families who are able to see loved ones with intellectual disabilities get that college experience, and very financially beneficial for the county. It's a true evergreen partnership. The Las Vegas Raiders, that partnership last year that we got started, that continues to bear fruit. New events, new concepts that the Raiders are bringing. Just last week, we hosted the first ever girls flag football skills camp that the Raiders have ever done in the state of Utah. We had girls from all over the state who participated in that, as well as local girls here in Iron County who have a organized flag football club team, Washington County, and a number of athletes who drove down from the Wasatch Front to compete in that. There's a video highlight and recap of that on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Roughly 40 to 50 athletes plus families who participated in that event. Just an outstanding start, and we're really bullish on what that partnership looks like with the Raiders. Again, talked about a couple of the awards that we've been able to receive the last couple of years. All of us are a part of that, and we wouldn't be where we are without the support of the county and continuing to help us do what we're doing. Moving into this year, and I'm going to try to move through this somewhat quickly because there is a lot going on. We do have a short 10-second or so highlight video as part of this, but you can skip by it, John, if it's too hard to play here, but see if it'll go. So our 40th anniversary celebration this year, that ad's currently playing across the state on various outlets, including KSL, and we're very grateful to Dallas Smith Media for all the great work he does helping us produce that. That spot you saw in the 30-second length ran during the Olympics, and as well as running periodically right now on KSL. We're run throughout the NBA playoffs on NBC, etc. So we're super grateful to have some great promotion of our 40th anniversary. The idea this year, with it being the 40th anniversary of the Utah Summer Games, was to create a season-long community engagement opportunity. We've always had opening ceremony, which has been a big deal, but we admittedly have struggled to capture that energy and create a type of experience throughout the length of the games that could connect not only local folks, but also our visitors with great opportunities in our county. And so we have a weekly signature community engagement event this year that will take place in Iron County, across the county, that will allow folks in our community as well as visitors from out of town to have a tremendous experience that celebrates the 40th anniversary of the games. And so first off, this will be taking place from June through September. I want to invite you to go to a special exhibition at the Southern Utah Museum of Art on the 40 years of the Utah Summer Games, Carrying the Torch. It'll be a special exhibit in the Southern Utah Museum of Art. Big thanks to our friends at SUMA. Had a variety of local dignitaries, Rich and Linda Wilson, University Special Collections, etc., that provided a lot of archived material as well as some very rare Summer Games memorabilia that will be on display for people to get to come and check out, see memories of different things from the past. I think we've got photos of the infamous circus animals getting loose at Eccles Coliseum as part of one opening ceremony. There's a variety of things. We're excited about that. But moving through these very quickly, May 28th, please mark your calendars, 8 o'clock. It's a Thursday night at Eccles Coliseum. Will be a special opening ceremony event just for Special Olympics Utah. We'll have a free community drone show. Also have a special performance of the Utah Shakespeare Festival. That's free to the public. Then on Saturday, May 30th, we have our 5K, 10K event through the Utah Summer Games that is a benefit race for Special Olympics Utah. But then we have a free community pancake breakfast that Saturday morning, May 30th, from 8 to 10, that is presented by our good friends at State Bank. Free for the community. Come and have some pancakes, celebrate Special Olympics Utah athletes, celebrate the Utah Summer Games 5K, 10K runners. Bring your family. They'll have games for kids. Should be an outstanding experience. Moving on into the next week, we have the opening ceremony presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. This is Friday, June 5th. VIP function beforehand, and then the doors open for the ceremony at 8 p.m. Largest fireworks show in Southern Utah. We'll have an 80s themed tribute act that night. Should be a great experience. And then all concluding with celebrating the 40th anniversary of the games. Expected right now, we'll have several political leaders from around the state, as well as even regionally, and a large business contingent there that'll be there to not only celebrate the games, but really celebrate our county in general. We want to invite all the public out to be at that. Tickets are on sale at tbirdtickets.com right now for that. Then moving forward, we're excited about this edition. On June 13th, we have the America 250 Summer Street Fest, working in conjunction with the Festival City Farmers Market, the local America 250 Iron County Committee, as well as Cedar City Events. We're going to have a downtown street fest on Saturday, June 13th, that is open for the public from 5 to 10. Vendors, celebration of small business, also some exhibits celebrating Flag Day, which is the following day, Sunday the 14th. Open to the public, free to the public. We want the community to come and engage with our Summer Games athletes at that, and we're hopeful that this really takes off and can become an annual thing that we're doing in conjunction with Cedar City Events as well as the Farmers Market. Pushing forward, we got a new edition, Utah Summer Games Day at Brian Head Resort. Been very grateful to create a relationship with Brian Head Resort. On Saturday, June the 20th, Brian Head will have their opening for their summer programming. And as the Summer Games, we're grateful to be part of that. There'll be day-long special offers. They're doing half-off chairlifts for any Utah Summer Games participants. They'll have vendors. We're also doing 2 events up in Brian Head. We're doing a cornhole event and also doing a disc golf event. So this is the first time in decades we'll have an event going on up in Brian Head, and we're very grateful to Brian Head Town. We're grateful as well to Tom Pettigrew and Jackson Hatterley and the team at Brian Head Resort, and are grateful to be headed up the mountain for an event there as well. Then concluding, our special community events conclude on June 27th with Utah Summer Games Night at the Utah Shakespeare Festival. All Summer Games participants get 2 free tickets to that evening's production at 12th night. They also have offers there extended throughout the season. That's a lot of events, a lot of information in a real short time frame, but what I wanted to use that to showcase is this. We're actively trying to create opportunities for visitors to engage with what makes our community wonderful and makes our community special. Right now, we have a micro giving campaign going on, the 40 for 40 campaign for interested parties who are interested in donating to the future of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games. All people who donate $40 to this receive a commemorative pin to help celebrate, and this is to help support our 40th anniversary celebration series events this year. The next slide I'm really excited about, and again, this is a great collaboration with Visit Cedar City Brian Head. We've created a Utah Summer Games Experience Pass. One area for improvement that we've had the last couple years has been the need to connect visitors coming into town uniquely with our programming with small business opportunities in our community. We've tried different things over the years, but this really felt like the best fit and a way for us to get going. So we have a number of local businesses, particularly I would say smaller restaurants, self-started businesses that are being featured on this experience app, working with the Cedar City Area Chamber as well as Visit Cedar City Brian Head. They sign up, create an offer, and then from that, our visitors who download the Experience Pass are able to then see special offers that businesses in Cedar and surrounding communities are offering. They also receive points for checking in at those locations. If they receive a certain number of points, they go to the Visitor Center where we've worked with Maria to provide some special Utah Summer Games apparel, some commemorative items celebrating this year. Again, what's the idea behind this? Make it fun. Make it a fun way for people, visitors from out of town, to connect with some of the great small businesses we have in Iron County. We're super excited about this. This is free for any business to sign up for in Iron County, and we're excited to hopefully have some new people adding on as well here very, very soon with this. Moving forward into a couple other things, again, just talked about it. We have over 600 athletes coming for Special Olympics Utah this year. We created a partnership between SUU and Special Olympics Utah, where Special Olympics Utah athletes are now receiving SUU college certificates for workforce readiness. They'll be getting graduation certificates as part of that opening ceremony on May 28th. This is one of the first partnerships of its kind that's ever taken place in the state, but is basically a pathway for Special Olympics Utah athletes to receive workforce readiness skills, training, and instruction, and then to receive an SUU credential stating that they've been through this program and are now eligible with these skills to go into the job place, having these competencies and skills that are necessary for employment. So we're excited to be awarding our first class. I believe that's 15 Special Olympics athletes who completed that. We're super excited about that. And then also, this is going to be announced in just the next couple days. We are now offering SUU college credits to Utah Summer Games participants who are in high school. So High school aged participants in the Utah Summer Games receive a 3-credit SUU class, a 1,000 level elective, which transfers anywhere throughout the state for $30, which is a pretty good deal. So they can earn that multiple times throughout their high school career. Again, just another way for us to really differentiate ourselves and the work that we're doing, as well as hopefully draw more and more students from around the state to want to make sure that they become Thunderbirds when it comes time for them to get a college experience. So with that, again, a lot of information there, but I wanted to give you all the full look at everything in terms of this Utah Summer Games. Again, we're excited this year to celebrate our tremendous past. We're very, very excited about the present, where we're at this year, the people we're working with, the quality of the partnerships, and I don't know that there's ever been a more encouraging time in our future. And we're excited to invite the entire community, the entire county, the entire state, the entire Intermountain West to join us in carrying the torch forward in 2026. So any questions at all or thoughts, feedback that I could help give?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So with the small business program,
Yeah.
Is it helpful if we had some ideas and helped you recruit?
Absolutely.
Is there room for that?
There's absolutely room.
Okay.
The chamber's been amazing in sending it out to businesses. Maria and her team have done a great job. But I think the hope is, I mean, again, it's open access. We want businesses to take advantage of this because we want to showcase businesses and showcase opportunities they have to promote their business to out-of-town visitors. So it is very, if you connect them with myself or particularly Maria's team, we can get them onboarded in a matter of days and have them up on the pass.
Cool. Oh, that sounds like a great opportunity.
It's a great way to
cost to them.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's a great way to celebrate small business in our community, which is a backbone of our community. But it's also a great way for us to have folks who, may be coming for decades to Cedar City to find some spots that they enjoy and make going to those places a regular tradition. So
that's very cool.
All right. Have you announced the concert?
Yeah, so the concert we have not announced yet, but I can tell you right now it's going to be an 80s tribute act. So the concept we've kind of gone to the last couple of years is trying to really bolster our reputation as the best fireworks show, we think, in the state, but for sure in southern Utah, right? So what we've tried to do is find great high-quality entertainment acts that are performing the hits that people know and love and have fun singing along to, and then really try to throw as many resources we can into fireworks. And so with the Summer Games starting in 1986, I would expect a steady diet of 80s pop and rock hits as part of the cover group. We've vetted them, went through some different groups. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a fun show. And again, we'll have a variety of surprises with the 40th anniversary celebration that night.
Very good.
That's cool. I just appreciate, John and I meet together and talk all the time with Maria, and we coordinate. Super proud of what the Summer Games has returned to. We kind of had a little lull there for a minute, and John and his team have been phenomenal to really rejuvenate that celebration. It's awesome. I remember, the very first Summer Games when I was a scout, we had a fundraiser. We guarded the snack tent.
Oh yeah.
For a scout fundraiser. We slept over in the snack tent to make sure nobody stole any Reese's, and we didn't actually steal any either. So
which having a group of scouts guarding a snack tent does sound.
It sounds like a really bad idea, just as I was saying it. But yeah, no, that's. It was such a big deal for my childhood. That was just something that was such a big deal every year. My family, my parents always volunteered, and we volunteered, and it's just awesome to see it return.
It's been a lot of fun this year, just looking at what a tremendous legacy of sports our county has in our community. President Sherritt, Rich, so many others in the community who were so far ahead of the curve in what they created with the Utah Summer Games. And it's exciting this year for us to be able to properly celebrate that in a big way, which is what it deserves. The SUMA experience, the opening ceremony, but we have a tremendous future, and I'm excited about our future and believe we have the best is yet to come. Very much in my mind.
I was actually an athlete in 1986.
There you go.
I did horseshoes.
Well, John, let's get you back for horseshoes this year because registration is open
There you
at
go.
UtahSummerGames.org.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm not good enough, but I sure had a good time then.
No.
I have a silver medal in the
Oh, yeah.
5K,
Well,
which is baffling. So I would like to, I would let that go on loan as far as, rare memorabilia because it ain't going to happen again.
registration for the 5K is also open at UtahSummerGames.org, and $20 of every register goes to Special Olympics Utah athletes in Southern Utah. So we would love to have you, Commissioner Blake, try to see if you can not only defend the silver but potentially earn a gold in your age division.
Maybe I'll train and shoot for that next year.
You
I
know,
wintered too well this year.
you wintered very well this
Wintered
year.
very well, but next year
No.
I'm back, baby.
It'll be great. And again, we're excited. Over 50 plus sports this year, which is a record high for us that we've offered. We've already done a number: wrestling, water polo, figure skating up in Salt Lake City. We're super excited about our programming this year, and registrations are looking very, very healthy to the point of where we're in need of some fields and some green space long term.
I was going to say, how is, I mean, I know soccer has been of late just a really,
Soccer is very healthy, but honestly, our fast pitch softball tournament is sold out already.
Oh, wow.
I was on the phone the other day. We're out of playable surfaces in the county. So I was on the phone with municipalities down in Washington County the other day, just trying to find fields for us that we can play on, because we have a 30 to 40 team wait list, and you hate to turn those people away.
No.
And so, opening ceremony weekend, you'll see us have events go all the way from the Valentine Complex here in Parowan all the way down to Hurricane City.
That's tremendous.
Just for us to try to find fields for people to play on. So
Such a wonderful thing for the state, such a wonderful thing for our community.
yeah,
It's
we're
benefited
excited.
my family directly. I mean, between volunteering, we did ultimate frisbee. I've
Yep.
done racquetball. Love the summer games and
All sports that are still open for registration, John. So UtahSummerGames.org. So we're excited to have people. But no, it's a big deal. And one thing I'll say, and then I'll transition this topic point. But we're excited just adding Bryan Head back to add another municipality that we're holding an event even here in Iron County, where we're bringing people to a specific town, a specific destination. Enoch City's been great to work with us the last couple of years to help renovate and recondition their field out there for softball. We need it badly, so we're very grateful to Enoch City with Rob previously, and now Ryan and Mayor Rushton doing that. And Parowan City has just been tremendous as well, in addition to Cedars. So again, the best is yet to come, and we're excited for what's going to happen in the next few years.
It's very exciting.
All right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Item number 5.
A weekend, I don't know Maria as well, if there was anything we needed to bring up about this, or Sam, but I'm happy to give the feedback on this of the ask and why.
You start us out, and then we'll fill in as needed. How's that?
This came in a discussion with the TRCCA board. We've talked about the growth of the summer games in general, the last few minutes, right? But we increasingly are becoming a broker on behalf of the county through the university to host a variety of sporting events in our community throughout the calendar year, not just the summer, whether it's high school association state championships, whether it's sanctioned high school tournaments we're operating, fall tournaments for club sports, negotiating with other groups to host large club sports tournaments outside of the traditional Utah Summer Games portfolio. And as part of that, really what we are seeing is just the need for us to continue to have the support to be able to ensure that every event that we're part of hosting, every event that we visit with right off the bat, that we can ensure a first-class experience that makes them long-term customers of Iron County and a long-term economic benefit to our community. And so as part of that, working with Maria, working with Commissioner Blake, discussing some of those needs, different trends that I saw, various expenses that we see coming as part of hosting those in a first-class way. visited with the TRCCA boards about using $100,000 a year over the next 3 years just to be able to augment our expenses in managing those events, managing the continued growth of events. Really appreciate Sam on the county side of ensuring that in that agreement that there were very clear stipulations set of expectations of our department, which we not only acknowledge but enthusiastically welcome, because we want to continue to be a great return on investment for the people of the county and want to continue to be one of the chief economic drivers in Iron County through sports tourism. And so we're confident, as I said, about where we're going in terms of new events that we're offering, again, even outside of the Summer Games portfolio. And this is really an agreement that helps us to ensure that as we add those, we're ahead of the curve in terms of anticipating additional costs, but really additional opportunities that we can gain through having access to those funds to facilitate first-to-class programming.
And I'll just add, holistically, they qualify for the use of these funds. Marie can tell you more why it's a good investment of these funds, just as John has. But from the legal standpoint, this just sets out the timelines, the dates, the amounts, and as John said, the expectations. So no concerns from my office, and recommend that you approve and ratify it. Maria's signed off on it, but need the county commission's approval to use those funds.
If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them as well.
No, and I said I've been involved in all of those meetings, all those negotiations. We as the county have made a significant contribution to not only the Summer Games, but to Southern Utah University to bring some of those facilities up to standard where we can host more of these events. And it would be silly to make those investments without making some investment in the people, so that we can actually have the staff to bring to pass those goals. And so I feel like this is very appropriate. It's going to enable John and his staff to be able to actually maximize their efforts to bring these events and to really host these events in a way that we want to be represented.
What is the overall budget of the Summer Games?
The overall budget of the Summer Games right now is $1.5 million for this year. So out of that, again, we're contributing roughly a $17 to $20 million economic impact, but 1.5 this year. With most of our sports, if you were to just look at our traditional Summer Games sports, the expenses on those are variable, but close to $1 million.
Maria, what's rolling through your head?
Would you like me to add?
Sure.
If you have anything to add,
You've
please.
driven out here, please.
I just want to make, just so we're, yes. Sorry. This is a good partnership. You know, we've invested quite a bit of money into the multi-purpose center, and it's obvious to us that we need to back that up with some support through the Utah Summer Games. They do act as our sports commission in many ways through our office. So we appreciate this partnership, and we're excited to see what happens with it. And the best part is if it's not working out, we can get out of it if we need to. So, but we have no doubt it will not work, that it will work out. We have a lot of confidence in John and his team. So anyways, so it is signed by me. That was not intentional. That's how we typically sign our memorandum MOUs.
Sure.
So if you need me to provide you with a corrected copy, I can do that really quick.
My instruction then would just be to ratify your signature, so you can present it to SU as you have it, or we can give them a new copy to sign with a different signature plaque.
Well, we should probably have the commission sign that then, since we
We'll
brought it
present
here.
you with a new copy with your.
If you could email Brandy Robb in my office, and we could probably take care of that after the meeting is done. The copy we have is the one that is executed, and so we could break the whiteout out, and but also the
Honestly,
date. The date is back in March.
Electronic,
So
it's just you can just take it out, but
Okay.
I'll fix it when I get back
okay,
so that it's correct.
and that way we'll have something for Commissioner Robinson to sign after the meeting today.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. So that's the first thing I'll do when I get back.
You're awesome.
Okay. Anyways,
Thank
but
you.
we thank you for supporting what we're trying to do here with the restaurant tax and what we're trying to do with Visit Cedar City. Brian Head and John and his team are definitely part of that and our success. So thank you.
It's always great and a huge success in the county, so it's fun to have.
Thank you.
All right. We'll entertain them. Let's see, we don't need to entertain a motion on number 2, so we'll entertain a motion
number
on number
5.
5.
I move to approve the MOU between Iron County TRCCA Board and Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games SUU for funding to the Summer Games in the amount of $300,000 over the course of the next 3 years.
Second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll move back to item number 1, which is a public comment period. We'll open the floor to 3-minute time limit per speaker for public comments. Participants should not repeat other comments. This is only for items that are not on the agenda, and no items related to Commission's role as an appeals board. Comments should be directed to the Commission, and no attacks on other people's character. Is there anybody that wants to participate in the public comment period?
Thank you. Nicole Phillips, Cedar City. The last meeting we discussed, first I want to start off by thanking you for the assistance that you give to your planning commission and the guidance that you provide to them. On April the 2nd, your planning commission indicated an unwillingness to require too much, that's a quote, too much by way of third-party studies or reports at the expense of Pronghorn Project. So what I'd like to do is encourage you to encourage them to require third-party reports and studies. Perhaps they don't want to see what might turn up when they get the results of those, but I think that you should see that, and I think that it should be at the expense of Pronghorn Project. There is not a condition that can be placed on this project that will adequately mitigate the hazard that they can see coming. And there is case law that will support a conditional use permit denial, a denial that was upheld on appeal. So when you do decide, when your planning commission does decide to deny the conditional use, they will have support for it in case law. I want to point out to you finally that Iron County Republicans and Iron County Democrats are working together in our neighborhoods, meeting with each other to resist the Pronghorn Project, the Antelope Project data center. And I think that that should be notable to you, that we've come together so much, that how much our political differences don't matter in this case. Nobody wants this. That's what's notable. We're working together because nobody wants this, and I want you to take note of that also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Thomas Lovehart, and I live in Cedar City. I'm a full-time public employee, and I'm actually running for House District 71. That's Cedar City, Parowan, Enoch, and Canaverville. And I'm running because our legislature and our politicians don't represent people like me. There is always unanimous opposition to things like defunding our public schools, and they'll defund them anyways. There's unanimous opposition to selling off our public lands, attacking teachers, police, and firemen, but they try to take their unions and sell off our lands. And there's unanimous opposition to this AI data center that is going to release millions of tons of poisonous emissions into our air. And it seems that the commission and the planners are rushing this through because they can't resist the millions, hundreds of millions of dollars of tax revenue that it's going to generate, but they're not considering the needs of the communities that they are supposed to represent. And I want to ask, when is the last time that people in our community, working people, have had a representative who actually fought to improve their lives instead of making it worse for somebody else. Who made it so that young people like me and young couples could afford a home in our hometown, afford health care that doesn't bankrupt us and our family the first time we actually need it. Rex Ship has been in office for 8 years and has passed 0 bills that actually help working class families. Instead, it's flag bans and trans kids in sports. And that's not what we need. We need politicians who care and listen to regular people and not just people who write them $15,000 campaign donations. I say that the only way that this thing gets built is if we freeze residential water and electricity rates for regular people and make these anonymous big tech billionaires pay for all the rise in prices that this data center will bring to Iron County. I know they're telling us that they will bring their own electricity. And if they're willing to say that, then we have to ensure that we don't see costs rise for regular people. So we don't want to pay more for water. We don't want to pay more for electricity. They're promising us that won't happen. Let's make that not happen. Furthermore, we must demand now, before these things get built in Iron County and all over the state, that it will be powered 100% by renewable energy so that the millions of tons of emissions don't poison the lungs of my family and my neighbors. We need more politicians like us and less politicians like them. Paul Cousins' seat is open. He didn't even bother to show up today. Someone called Rand Betridge the commissioner-elect, and I want to point out that anyone that is here today can run as an independent by gathering 300 signatures, and I will be happy to sign that, and so will hundreds of your neighbors, thousands of your neighbors. If we want to preserve the communities that we love, then we need to elect people who actually fight for us and not do-nothing politicians who feel entitled to your vote just because they have Republican written next to their name on the ballot. So please run independent for the commission this November.
My name is Mary Stoltz, and I have a question. I have a friend who can't be here this morning, and she wants, is it okay for me to read something from her onto the record in addition to giving a short comment myself?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to, personally, I just wanted to say that I don't think things are set up the right way because one property owner basically is able to impact the property values of so many people negatively, because I think it will negatively impact other people's property values. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think things are set up the right way. And then all the water rights that they're buying, that's water that could be used for homes or clean industry. And I don't think it's right for them to buy up all these water rights when we have we have a big problem with water. So I don't think it's right that they can buy up all that water and then pollute our air. But I want to read a comment by Marion Munn, M-U-N-N, and her first name is M-A-R-I-O-N. She thinks it's being rushed through, first of all. As a small rural community, we feel the weight of this $30 billion industrial proposal. While we recognize the potential for jobs and tax revenue, the scale of this project, including a 1.5 gigawatt natural gas power plant and a 640-acre footprint, presents existential risks to our desert home. Our primary concerns center on the long-term impact of our already strained water supplies, air quality, and the irreversible loss of our quiet desert landscapes and the habitat it provides for agricultural livestock and the wild animals and birds that share it, enriching our ecosystem. We feel that the timeline has been increasingly pressured from a public notice on March 4th to a possible decision on May 7th, leaving little room for our community to get to grips with the implications of this power plant and data center on our environment and give the subject the thorough due diligence our community deserves. Because of this, we request that the final decision be delayed beyond the May 7th date that was mentioned here in our last meeting. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your participation. We'll close the public hearing and move on to agenda item number 3. Resolution 2026-2, emergency drought declaration. John will read parts of that.
Yeah. So we do have a tremendous drought, and while the governor hasn't made an official drought declaration yet, Commissioner Robinson asked me to put this together, and I based this on a 2002 drought declaration. Most of it's fairly boilerplate as far as verbiage, but it discusses the ongoing drought, agricultural producers, municipal users, fire restrictions, the potential draw on firefighting resources, and the declaration makes a couple of requests that the Utah congressional delegation accept the emergency drought declaration, and requests that the Department of Interior, Bureau of Reclamation provide technical assistance for water development grants, BLM and Department of Agriculture, including the National Forest and Farm Service and Rural Development, provide cooperation and assistance in the areas of water development. This is a common practice in times of drought. This is the county requesting that the governor accept the declaration and what it entails, which includes order that different departments marshal their resources, that emergency services and Homeland Security be named lead agencies, that the Department of Economic Development deploy staff to meet with the business owners and operators in Iron County to assist with the effects of the drought, request that the Department of Agriculture deploy staff to assist agricultural producers of Iron County and coordinate efforts with federal agencies. And as we discussed, there's financing available through UDAF once the declaration is made. Request that the Utah Division of Water Rights facilitate the processing of well applications, and request for financial assistance for agricultural and culinary wells. Request that the division of the DWR make appropriate and fair restrictions to wildlife numbers from private lands, especially crops and irrigated lands. Coordination from the SITLA, the Administration of School and Institutional Trust Lands, in working with grazing permit holders. There are quite a few grazing permit holders on SITLA lands. Department of Administrative Services, state and federal surplus property, work with Iron County and give preference to obtaining surplus property that can be used by the county and other governmental agencies in their drought response, and request that financial resources of the state of Utah be made available to assist Iron County and other local governmental agencies. That the BLM coordinate with grazing permit holders. Number 4, that the Farm Service Agency provide assistance and coordination to ranchers and farmers. That the residents and visitors to Iron County take extra precautions to prevent any type of fire, and specifically the following: when conditions warrant, ban the issuance of any burning permits until conditions significantly moderate to the point where the county commission, and that might be a little outmoded because of the way and I guess it really would become before the commission, but the fire warden would actually bring that to you as far as drought declaration and fire bans. But ban any and all fireworks from private lands within the county, and take extra precautions with open fires. That the residents and visitors to Iron County conserve the use of water, especially outside watering. That the residents of Iron County exercise patience with road conditions, especially those roads that will get washboarded because it's too dry. And that the LEPC, Local Emergency Planning Committee Director, function as the Iron County Drought Response Team during this period, the period of drought of this emergency declaration. And of course, declarations are non-binding on other agencies, but this does open the door for some of those federal funding. Had a conversation with the Lieutenant Governor on Friday about this. They haven't decided to move on a statewide drought declaration yet, but I actually think this might help that way. So I feel like this is a pretty good draft. If there's anything that you would like to change in it, some of those requests are rather broad and reaching in what we're asking for, but they are non-binding, and then all of the internal things and the coordination with our citizens, law enforcement, emergency preparedness, or emergency management, and our staff are things that we can manage internally. So I felt like that was a pretty good draft, but if we need to make changes, I'm happy to do that. Any concerns that you had, Sam, on that? And it occurs to me just now that I did not send this to you for vetting. I apologize.
You did.
Oh, I did.
We had a conversation.
I'm so smart. Okay.
So,
and I impress myself all the time.
You're great. No. And you already qualified much of what I would have said about it anyway. If nothing else, I feel like this is a good way to put the state on notice that the southern counties are experiencing this, and like you said, may encourage them to take a statewide approach, but no concerns.
And the latest storm track has really benefited northern Utah more than southern Utah.
All right.
So there is a strong El Nino forming, and there is a potential for more monsoonal moisture, but that can also translate into more dry lightning. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yep. Could be an entertaining summer.
Hopefully, again, we have a theme today. Hopefully it's boring. We want boring, except the summer games. That's super exciting.
Yeah.
We want boring.
Yeah. No, thank you for doing that, John. It's just like Sam said, it's just putting the state on notice that, hey, we're in need of some not necessarily assistance, but we want to make sure that they're aware of the conditions and the situation that we're in, and that opens up some funding for ag producers and that can be used. So thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you guys for your work on that. I would move for approval of Resolution 2026-2, declaring an emergency drought situation.
To second that motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 4 is discussion and possible approval of an Iron County Ordinance 2026-9, amending Iron County Ordinance 8.04.100 and 8.04.101 regarding closed and open burn dates.
Commissioners, this was on last commission meeting. I asked you to wait while I reviewed some notice and hearing requirements. This does not fall under the other land use ordinance requirements, so you are good to review, ask questions, and approve today if you find it complies with the standards set by our fire marshal. Spencer Rollo reached out to me and asked that we run this amendment to our existing ordinance to conform with what is existing from the state in terms of dates, which is what it addresses.
Yeah, that was my understanding, was just that we're on the same page as the state, so there lessens confusion.
Okay.
I'd move for approval of Iron County Ordinance. There's more words. There's a bunch of numbers here. I got to make sure I get it right and put my glasses on. I move for approval of Iron County Ordinance 2026-9, amending Iron County Ordinance 8.04.100 and 8.04.101 regarding the closed and open burn dates.
Second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 6, discussion and possible approval of a local consent for a single event permit held at Woods Ranch on June 20th, 2026 and August 8th, 2026, requested by the Cedar City Elks Lodge, 1556. We have somebody here for that? Yes, please. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, what we've got is a Father's Day luncheon and a flag ceremony on the date in June, and the other date is PER, Past Exalted Rulers luncheon on the other date. And what we'd like to do is have a liquor license available. Some of the members would possibly bring their own alcohol. We'd like to control that, and that's what we'd like to do.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
You guys?
There'll be rides available for those that bring their own, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And there are shuttles available.
Okay, awesome.
Great.
But if we'll discourage anybody bringing their own, and then we can control that a little better.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, I'll move for approval of the local consent for a single event permit held at Woods Ranch on June 20th, 2026 and August 8th, 2026.
Thank you.
Second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You bet. Thank you for coming.
Item number 7, discussion and possible approval of the yearly fraud risk assessment for year ending 2025, presented by Luke.
Good morning. Okay, so we have our county audit coming up in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from today is when they'll start that. The auditors will be here. We have Kimball and Roberts out of Richfield that come and does it. So they'll probably want to talk with you guys after next commission meeting, just to have that on your radar. This is the fraud risk assessment that's required by the state auditor's office. We do this every year. Just a few things to note on this. We do have a fraud hotline on the county website for any employees or any members of the community. If they have anything they want to report anonymously, it can be reported on the fraud hotline through the county website. There is a training that's required by each of you as the governing body within the first 4 years. So Ken, now that you've been here a year, I'll send you the links today to do that training, just so you can get that taken care of. Other than that, nothing too much that's new. We did go through all of our separation of duties and control requirements last year with the state auditor's office, so that was good to go through each department, review their process of collecting cash, and verify that all of the controls and duties were being implemented there. So yeah, any questions or comments?
No.
It was a good exercise. Gave us some good introspection on how we handle cash payments and checks that come through, to be able to look at the online payments and our controls and processes, separation of duties, to kind of make sure that there just isn't an opportunity for fraud.
Yeah, we do have
appreciate you putting
several
that for us.
departments throughout the county that collect funds, and we did have a few changes or things with a couple departments. Some departments were doing it great, so it was a good exercise, though.
It was really affirming for us, because the things that we had been careful on, we were glad that we were, and then, I think we made 1 or 2 little improvements to how we handle that, just to make sure that there isn't the opportunity.
Right.
We always look at the fraud triangle, and we don't want the opportunity, we don't want the pressure.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Move for approval of the yearly fraud risk assessment for the year ending 2025 as presented by our auditor.
Second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. So now we'll convene as the board. Do you need me to sign this and then send it back to you?
Yeah, just sign it. I'll grab it after.
Okay. We'll convene as the Board of Equalization for item number 8, discussion on possible approval of religious, charitable, and educational property tax exemption for the year 2026 tax year.
Thank you.
So I'll need you guys to sign my copy, but I gave you guys your own copy to peruse at your leisure. I know it's some fun, interesting stuff. I just want to point out we have 8 new properties coming on as exempt. One of them I'm actually probably going to get Sam to look at the paperwork for me, just to make sure that we're covering all of our bases and we're doing it correctly, because it is a big portion of the taxes that would be shifted if we were to exempt it. So the Iron Ice Incorporation there's some weird language that I can't translate it. So That one's the only one that we're looking at. The others are kind of clear cut and dry. So I just ask that you approve the existing exemptions for the following year and then these new exemptions as well.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No.
Nope.
I don't. I'll move for approval of the religious, charitable, and educational property tax exemptions for the 2026 tax year as presented by Michaela.
Second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So now we'll reconvene and go to personnel with Jennifer.
Morning.
Morning.
In the Sheriff's Office Patrol, Ashton Broman was selected from the most recent competitive selection and interview process to backfill the vacant full-time Deputy 1 position effective 5/11/2026. And Leah Jones was selected from the most recent competitive interview and selection process to backfill the vacant part-time animal shelter technician position effective April 27th, 2026. In the Fair Department, Molly Brown was selected from the most recent competitive recruiting and interview process to backfill the vacant part-time administrative assistant marketing position effective May 11th, 2026. And then in the Council on Aging Department, Ann Walkenhurst was selected from the most recent interview and I'll start again. From the most recent recruiting and interview process to backfill the vacant part-time lead cook position effective April 28th, 2026.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Does that is the Council on Aging staff full at this point? Is there anything else?
I think that we have one driver position, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
that we're not backfilling at this time.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I think that's it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'd move for approval of personnel items 1 through 3 as described.
Second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And that will conclude our meeting. Thank you.